Lord, if you are real, if you are up there, if you're listening, please, 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 oh please, give me strength, because if there was ever a time I needed it, it is now, Lord. If you are up there, please help a brother out, because I cannot be coping with this fuckery anymore. I really can't. What is this, you may ask? Just another video on another pathetic, sorry excuse for a shambolic performance from this Chelsea team. And yeah, pretty much, you can go back to literally 99% of the videos I've done on Chelsea games this season and just replace whatever team we play against with the word Arsenal, and bang, you've summed up tonight's performance. Because yes, another spineless, pathetic performance with zero leadership, zero character, zero fight, maybe until the last 15-20 minutes of the game when we brought on Conor Gallagher, who actually gives a shit, and Mikhailo Mudryk, who actually looked to invent things and actually try and create things out of nothing. Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. I'm just absolutely just done with this season, I think it's fair to say. I mean, I actually cannot wait for this season to end. Honestly, I have never anticipated the finish of a season like I have this season. It's absolutely ridiculous. The thought of a summer without Chelsea Football Club is actually... it's actually giving me a lot of happiness. It's actually giving me a lot of hope, a lot of optimism, just to be without this football club, and the disappointment they choose to give me on a weekly, if not bi-weekly fucking basis. It actually sounds like a wet dream for me right now. I can't even lie. And just to have some form of optimism in general, under a new manager, hopefully in planning in pre-season, under a new manager that actually looks like he knows what he's doing on a weekly basis. Is that too much to ask for? Maybe, with the way this club is run right now. But just having the optimism of looking forward to a new season, a fresh start, where 10 or 15 of these fucking bottle job fuckers are gone out the door. I mean, just take me there already, honestly. I'm really willing to just simulate the next 3 or 4 months of my life to get there. And you know what the maddest thing is, right? Is that most people coming away from this game now will go, oh, Arsenal, aren't they great because they didn't give up after the setbacks they've had in recent weeks, after getting absolutely fucking annihilated by Man City, an actual proper title winning team. And now this performance from Arsenal and this result is going to make people go, oh, Arsenal, aren't they great there? It just shows they haven't fallen off the horse and they're going to really give it a go between now and the end of the season, and maybe they're capable of bringing City all the way. Absolutely not, because that fucking hope and that narrative will be squashed on Sunday when Arsenal get absolutely mauled by Newcastle. Mark my words, I will tell you that for fucking free. Because let's not act like they were playing against a team of fucking incapable, fraudulent fools. You know what it's like? It's like giving Usain Bolt all the credit in the world for beating fucking Stevie Wonder with no legs in a fucking 100 meters. This team is just absolutely hopeless. There is absolutely zero cohesion, zero relationships, zero patterns of play. Just zero fucking anything tactically from this team. I mean, Frank Lampard, man, I love you to bits. You're my favourite human being to ever exist, probably, besides my family members, and even still that's a push. But my friend, you are not a football manager at this level. You really aren't. I mean, I said it at the start of the game, and anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together could see the same thing, so I'm not even going to take credit for it. Playing a 4-back in the same way, in the same shape as this Arsenal team play, when you're a team like Chelsea, who this season have been so and so devoid of confidence, and so devoid of any sort of structural play, and so devoid of any sort of link-up and relationships between these players, it's suicide. It's football suicide by definition. I cannot wrap my head around it. And that was shown to perfect effect in the first half. Arsenal 3-0 up after 35 minutes. 2 goals from Martin Odegaard, where he arrives in the box late on. The exact same goal, basically. Gabriel Jesus gets the 3rd goal from pathetic defending inside the 6-yard box. And are we surprised? Absolutely not in the slightest. And you know what? I'm actually annoyed with myself for getting annoyed in this video, because I'm the fucker that's bought into this. I'm the fucker that's actually had hope going into a lot of games this season, because this is not the first time I've actually been sucked back in by myself into believing that Chelsea actually might be able to pull off something when you expect it least. I remember once upon a time, right? Some of you fans might not remember this if you're too young to remember, but I remember once upon a time there used to be a Chelsea team where even if we didn't perform in the course of a season, even if we didn't win things, we had a team that we knew we could count on in moments where we needed the team to step up, and in big games where the team knew that they wouldn't let the fans down and wouldn't capitulate like this team have. When you had your Frank Lampards, your Ashley Coles, your John Terrys, your Petr Cechs, your Michael Essiens, your Didier Drogba, how can I forget him, Branislav Ivanovic, you know, Ricardo Carvalho, Nicolas Anelka, Salomon Kalou, Florent Malouda. I could go on forever with the team back in the day that wouldn't let the fans suffer the way this team have fucking made us suffer this season. And this Chelsea team is an absolute shadow of that former team. This team is, as Didier Drogba said clearly, it is unrecognisable from the team that he played in. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't like buying into all this Brexit mentality of, we're not what we used to be, you know, why can't they do it like the old fuckers do it? But I'm sorry, it just gets to a stage where it's like, do you know who you're representing? Do you know what badge you have on your jersey? Do you know what badge you're representing? Do you know what fan base you are representing? Get a fucking grip of yourselves. And you know what? I was thinking to myself, on the toilet during the week, I was having a nice shit, a really nice shit, and you know what? You know what I actually thought of? You know what actually realisation I came to? Let's go through the top half of the table, right? And let's analyse Chelsea's results against those top half teams. We'll start from Fulham. We've drawn and lost to them. Brentford, we've drawn and lost to them. Brighton, we've lost home and away to them. Spurs, we've drawn and lost to them. Liverpool, we've drawn to them twice. Man United, we've played them once, we've drawn with them. And we're going to get hammered to them in 2 weeks' time at Old Trafford, make no bones about it. Newcastle, we've played them once, we lost to them. Man City, we've played them once, we lost to them. Arsenal, we've played them twice, we've lost to them both times. Aston Villa, we've lost to them at home, but we won away from home. Oh my god, we've actually beaten a top half team. Only till the fact you realise, when we beat them, they weren't a top half team. They were in a relegation battle and they were managed by Steven Gerrard. So yeah, balloon bursted instantly. Chelsea Football Club lying in 12th with 5 games to go, 39 points. We still haven't reached the 40-point mark. Are you actually taking the piss with me? A -7 goal difference, 1 point behind Crystal Palace, level on points with Bournemouth, 6 points behind Fulham. It's been a bad season, hasn't it? I think I've just realised it's been a bad season. It really has been a bad season. And you know what? As I've said in this channel multiple times, I'm not one to call out individual players in a team performance that was pathetic and dismal, but it just gets to a stage where it's like, fuck it, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? It gets to a stage where it's like, you know what, morals go out the fucking window. I really do not care right now. Raheem Sterling, I swear to fuck, if you step foot on a pitch for Chelsea Football Club between now and the end of the season, you are You are not a footballer, Raheem Sterling. I'm sorry, you're not a fucking footballer. And whoever told you that you're a good footballer, fucking rescind their scouting badges, rescind their UEFA licenses, because you are not a fucking footballer. This guy's body language actually pisses me off. I actually don't dislike any Chelsea players personally. I really don't, and I haven't ever done, because I choose to support my team and support my players, no matter who wears the badge. They could have mass murdered a fucking family of 12 for all I care, and I will still idolise these guys and support them till the very last drop that they give. But Raheem Sterling's really driving me over the edge, I really can't lie. This guy's body language actually sucks ass. I'm sorry. This guy looks like he's happy as fuck picking up a wage, living with his family in London, and he looks like the most inefficient excuse for a footballer I think I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I'm gonna go and look up his dispossession stats, because I actually am really intrigued to see how many times he actually passes to a player or runs past a player where it leads to one of our players. I'm really intrigued, so I'm gonna actually look that up right now. FBref, he's in the top 10 percentile for dispossessions, 2.46 he averages per 90. That explains a lot. And to be fair, I'm actually surprised it's that high, to be honest, because this guy has been nothing short of a fucking disgrace this season. Honestly, he grinds my gears. Frank Lampard, my one message to you, my friend, I know you're watching this video, because who the fuck isn't, obviously. If I see that team sheet against Bournemouth on Saturday, and it doesn't have the names Noni Madueke and Mikhailo Mudryk in that starting 11, I am going to fucking drive to Dublin Airport, I'm going to catch a flight to London, and I'm going to walk into that stadium, and I'm going to question your sanity, my friend. And the phrase common sense will have lost all bearings of its meaning to me if those two players are not on that team sheet on Saturday. I honestly mean that with every bone in my body, because I am convinced that Raheem Sterling at this stage, I'm genuinely convinced now that Raheem Sterling has Frank Lampard's nudes, or has something over Frank Lampard that means he cannot be dropped from this team, because I'm actually lost for words at how this guy keeps playing matches for Chelsea and how he keeps being named in the starting 11 when he's played 70 minutes of a match and he's contributed less over 70 minutes than what Mikhailo Mudryk contributes in 5 minutes when he comes off the bench. And yeah, I guess that's enough slandering for Frank Lampard for one day. I actually feel sick with myself for doing it, to be honest, because Frank Lampard is one of my idols. He's one of the main reasons why I fell in love with football in general and this club, and he's hands down one of the nicest people I've ever met, let alone celebrities. Honestly, he's so down to earth and just such a genuine guy, and you can tell he lives and breathes this football club. And even though he's at fault for some of the decisions he's made and the lineups, which have just been absolutely ridiculous to say the least, my heart really goes out to the guy. Honestly, I really, really do feel for the guy. And every time that Sky Sports camera pans to him when we're losing games, my heart actually sinks, because he didn't have to come back to this club. He really didn't. He could just enjoy being unemployed and just watching Chelsea from a distance and just formulating his own opinions on this team from a distance. But he stepped up, he had the balls to step up in this situation, fully well knowing probably that he wasn't going to be able to succeed and get the best out of this team between now and the end of the season. But he did it just because he loves the club. That's why I want him as far away from this job as possible, because I really, really cannot take and cannot stomach people slandering his name on social media. I really can't. It actually really gets to me, I can't lie. And it just reminds me a lot of the last stint at Chelsea when he was in charge, obviously, when a lot of Chelsea fans on Twitter, the so-called real Chelsea fans, slandering his name on a weekly basis, and it's just not nice to see, you know. It really, really isn't nice to see, and that's why I just want him as far away from this job as possible. I feel like in this video I've gone through like the 5 stages of grief. To be fair, I've kind of just now gone to acceptance and a bit of relaxation, and that's part of the reason why I do these videos, actually, you know, is just to kind of get all the negative thoughts and, you know, frustrated thoughts out of my head and kind of just move on with stuff, and so I'm able to actually sleep at night, to be fair, not having all this fucking bubbling around my brain for the night. I mean, you know what, from now on in, I'm just gonna accept that we're probably not gonna win a game for the rest of the season. I'm just gonna, you know, come into these videos and just be relaxed, as relaxed as I possibly can. Knowing me, I'll probably get sucked in now against Bournemouth, and the fuckers will go 1-0 up and give us false hope and then go and lose like 6-1 or something. It's just how they are. But you know what I will say to finish off this video? Chelsea Football Club will be back, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy this season while you have it. Neutral fans, Arsenal fans, Spurs fans, and any other fans that have a distaste to Chelsea Football Club, enjoy this moment while it lasts, because we will be back. Trust me, we will be back. And we will be there laughing front and centre when we do. And we will be able to enjoy these good times even more that are incoming because of this season. And like Frank Lampard said himself before this game, it's not long until we see the good times again at Chelsea Football Club. It's just a season we have to get through and suck up. And yeah, even though it's been a struggle for most people, including myself, none less so than myself, obviously, but it's just been one of those things that we've had to get through, and it's nearly over, thank fucking Christ. 5 games to go, even though we probably won't be able to forget it for a long time, but it's been a season that we would like to forget, so to speak. But I'm kind of just waffling on at this stage, so I think I'm going to leave this video here. Yeah, leave your thoughts on the game down in the comment section below, Chelsea fans, and yeah, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, subscribe, and all that good shit. So that would help me out absolutely massively in helping to get towards 3,000 subscribers on this channel as soon as we can possibly get there. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. We'll be back on Saturday for Bournemouth away. Best you believe we'll be there, front and centre for the meltdown. And yeah, I'll chat to you guys in my next video. And yeah, up the chows.